When I originally sat down to record this video, I started talking about some different airports that I'd been to, because at some point in this episode, I want to go ahead and tackle the security problem that we're running into from time to time. Which, admittedly, talking about that now doesn't make sense because there isn't a security problem. There's actually no problem at security whatsoever, but I started to get really nostalgic. Maybe nostalgic isn't the word. I'll be honest, I got a little, choked up because I went on Google Maps and I started looking at all these different airports that I've been to, and then I started looking at the journeys to get to those airports and the different trains I'd taken, the buses I'd taken, the taxis and the Ubers that I'd taken, the countryside that I'd seen, the forests I'd been through, and I legitimately got a little choked up looking at all of it because I've said before, I don't know if I've talked about it a lot on YouTube, but I've talked about it on the live streams, that I'm a little bit over traveling right now. Twitch recently announced TwitchCon in Amsterdam next year and then San Diego later next year. And even without the pandemic, I don't know if I have it in me to travel, but at the same time, I really miss some of, not the destinations, funnily enough, but the journeys to get there, the conversations, the, oh my God, look at that forest, look at that thing, look at that. Oh my God, I want to go there someday. I miss the journey. I've always been one of these people that I really love the idea that the journey is sometimes more important than the destination, and sometimes it really is. And I know that's not relevant to this video, but I just thought it was one of those funny little things where I was gonna, this intro was gonna be totally different. And I legitimately started getting a little bit choked up thinking about all the places that I've been to, that I will be again one day, that I will never be to again. It's weird when you really start thinking about it, how big the world is and how many things there are to see, and then at the same time how small the world can feel sometimes and how accessible some places are that you might otherwise never think about going to. Now, moving on from that, because that's completely, like I said, irrelevant to this video. I talked in the last episode about improving security, and I was making a cup of tea and got thinking that instead of going underground, and we'll talk about the changes I've made underground, why don't we go upstairs and actually build an airline lounge or two up here as well? And I think that's maybe what we're gonna do. Is we're going to put a staircase in here, some escalators, some elevators, and you're going to go upstairs into security. And that's what got me thinking about these different airports, because there's an airport I can see in my head where you go into the airport and you go upstairs to security, and I don't remember what airport it is. I think it's Copenhagen. I really don't know, and it was annoying me, but that's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. You're gonna go upstairs into security. You've got some lounges up there, and then you come back downstairs into duty free. But before we get to that, let's talk about what I've done down here. This was a little bit overdue, but I've gone ahead and put in a whole bunch of walkolators and some, benches right in the middle, just in case anyone happens to want them. Obviously some gaps, those are actually kind of mandatory. But yeah, I just, built an extra little bit of terminal down here. I blocked off some parts so that the walkolators are mandatory and people are getting to their planes and back from their planes so much faster than they were before, which is kind of fantastic. It's making the airport a little busier at times, especially when a bunch of medium planes happen to deboard at about the same time. But that's okay. I'm not really too worried about it. Now, another thing that I've done is I've gone ahead and just changed the layout of this main terminal area a little bit. I decided to build a couple of little rooms here and here, and I decided to build a little bathroom right about there, just because I figured probably not a bad idea to have a bathroom up there instead of the only one being down here. And I'm trying to figure out what these spaces are going to be, because they could be shops. I just don't know that they're big enough to be shops. I mean, if we have a little click here and we have a little look, they are big enough to be a 1-star shop, which is fine. They are not big enough to be a 3-star, and I don't have any 2-star offers. So that might be a little bit tricky. I suppose I could say that it could be maybe something like a, let's see here. kind of a food room instead. So if we have a little look, do we have any 1 stars? We do. So we'll do that. We'll go for a food room. We'll go for a little cafe, and we'll go for a little shop, and we'll see if they end up being, you know, at all useful, I guess. So we'll go ahead and put the counter in the back, and we'll just get ourselves some pretty simple, I guess, pedestals are probably for the best in a little place like this. And I hope that's enough. It absolutely is. So a teeny tiny little shop right there. And in terms of this place, we can go for, I guess, a little small single register type thing. Go for a food counter, and we'll go for, oh, I don't know. What are we going to go for here? Let's just go for like snacks, I guess, and maybe some sandwiches as well. So something like that. And then we'll just throw some display fridges out into this space as well. Also, that's backwards right now, so that's going to need to be... Oh man, I'm going to need to turn this whole thing around. I realize the door for this one's at the bottom and not at the top. Okay. Okay. That's fine. We can very quickly just flip this this whole thing around. So you and you go away. And I guess what we do is we go here, and I guess we go right about there. We can throw a counter, and we can throw a small little register right there. Now, I do want to make sure it's all a secure zone, which it now is. And all we're going to need are a few of the, that's a cooking station, a few of the display fridges. So we'll go for something a little bit like that, I reckon. And I think that's okay. It doesn't need to be crazy. That should be enough for a 1-star contract, which it absolutely is. So that'll be another couple of shops. Hopefully people actually use them, because a lot of these, well, they tend to get shut down pretty quick. They tend to get shut down really quick. No one bothers shopping in any of these places, which is it's a bit of a pain, I'll be honest. It's definitely a bit of a pain. It's something I'd like them to, you know, actually start doing. But I did see some comments that suggested that maybe we just make people go through the shops instead of kind of around them. And I like that idea. I think that's something we're probably going to have to do. But I don't really see the point in doing it with this airport, because eventually this is going to get demolished. I just don't know exactly when that eventually is going to... Oh my god, that's so many people. I don't know exactly when that eventually is going to be, because I saw... Oh man, I don't know if it was a comment. I don't know if it was Discord. I don't know where it was. It might have been Twitch chat. Someone was telling me that they play this as well, and they needed like $12 million to completely demolish and rebuild their airport. And yeah, we don't even have $500,000 right now. So I think we might be waiting a little while. At least I'm going to be waiting a little while. It's probably not going to be too long in terms of videos for me to rebuild this whole thing. But for now, I'm going to take another loan. We paid off our previous 1.2 million. So we're going to take another $1.2 million. And that's going to be useful for security, essentially, because security is definitely going to need a bit of an upgrade. So we're going to start there, and we're going to do something about that size. I think is pretty good. I don't know if that's all going to be security, but then we're also going to do this, because like I said, I want some airline lounges up here. So that cost... I don't know how much that cost, to be completely honest. What is that? That's 15 by 11. What's 15 by 11 going to cost me here? So 15 by, what is that? 165. That's actually not that bad. $165,000 is not terrible. Although how I'm actually going to build this, I'm not 100% sure. I guess it probably wouldn't be a bad idea to get like a small, that's a small staircase. What's a medium staircase look like? Oh my god. Where am I going to put this? Because even escalators are kind of huge. I guess I could take out some chairs. That's probably, I guess I could take out some chairs. I could take out a shop or something. I mean, I'm pretty sure this can get built without me needing to get them upstairs, but the rest of it, I'm not too sure. So where... So they can't cross different zones. That's fine. I can't really put them in the middle of that floor. I guess I could put them out here for now. But then that's going to be a problem, because technically only half of this thing's going to be a secure zone. don't really know. I don't really know how I'm going to do this. I mean, So people are going to come in. They're still going to come in from the same direction, I think. The restaurant itself might need tweaked a little bit. Maybe the security area gets tweaked a little bit here. So maybe they come in from like this corner, which is a pretty good spot. So they come in like here. They go across, then filter into a giant security space. And then they would like go back downstairs here or into like an a lounge or two. That might be the way to do it. That might be the way to do it. So if we have a look at security, we do have large secure stand things. And if we have a look at it, basic security screening of people entering a secure zone comes with a metal detector and manual bag search. Improved security screening of people entering a secure zone comes with a metal detector and X-ray. And then this one has both, I guess. This is what I'm thinking is causing people to get like things onto planes that shouldn't be there. I don't think we have a hole in this right here. I was talking, I don't know if it was last episode or when it was, but I was talking about how we keep getting, told every now and then, hey, something got through the airport that shouldn't have. I'm thinking that's probably because security scanning is it's pretty basic, right? So, I mean, oh my God, we can even do passports as well. I forgot about this, but we're not doing international zones right now. I'm pretty sure international is just like large flights, isn't it? I'm almost certain that international flights are only are large planes. I'm not even gonna go near that right now. I think in terms of security though, it's probably not a bad idea to just go for a bunch of the large ones. I don't know how efficient these are gonna be though. Maybe medium. I feel like the medium ones would be better. So let's go ahead and do, I don't know, this as a secure zone, and let's see how many of these I can do. So we're gonna want 1 and 2, and I hope I can get a good number of these across here. 3. I can kind of do that. And that's not too bad. I'm gonna take those ones out. I'm gonna put them right in the middle, and I'm gonna put some decorations just in there, some hedges, just because I can. So, hedges right there is fine. I don't know if 5 security stands are going to be enough for this airport, though. That's kind of the thing. I just don't know. So if I go in and take out I'll take you out. And then let me take out the security stands again. I'm going to just expand this entire thing across. So if we take out you and take out you and then take out the security stands, let's see how many I can get across when we don't have that wall. Okay, so it turns out this can be built even if my staff have absolutely no way of accessing it, which I guess is fine. I think this will probably work out as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those. I'm kind of hoping that these are more efficient. I don't really know. I know the queues can be a little bit bigger, so we'll see how that ends up going, and I'm pretty sure multiple people actually operate these as well, so we'll definitely see how it ends up going. I just don't know how I'm going to get people up there, and I don't know how I'm going to get people sort of down into the airport again, because we kind of, I think, need to close that security checkpoint, right? I think it needs to go, and I think we're going to need to bulldoze it. I think we need to bulldoze all of this as well. I think all of that kind of needs to go, and I'm thinking that's probably where the stairs are gonna have to go. Now that does make this area a little bit less secure. Obviously people can kind of just walk straight through there now, which is a bit of a worry, but I think we're just gonna have to deal with that, right? I think that's just kind of gonna be the way of things for now, is that this is gonna be a little bit weird while we're building it. I'm also hoping that I can actually do this in a way that makes sense, because stairs are great and all. Elevators are also pretty good. So like an elevator there would be kind of cool. It's going to be like right in the middle of that floor, unfortunately. But an elevator there, I think, would kind of work out, So an elevator right there is going to get people upstairs. Then an escalator, I mean, it can't be placed on walls, apparently. So if I go upstairs, I mean, Oh, there's a wall right there. Okay, so if that goes away, we can place an escalator like right there, I guess. And I guess that's okay as well. So that gets people upstairs too. So, I mean, I guess that's what we do, right? We kind of do it this way, and that's going to let people kind of get up and down from security. It is going to give us kind of a weird space over here with, you know, nothing to do with it, but I guess I could just double up those walls. I guess we could go and sort of remove that section of terminal right there, which admittedly, I kind of want to keep that wall if I'm totally honest, which I don't think I can do. I don't think I can keep that. So maybe that just becomes a staff room instead. So if I just do that and then do, I don't know, this as well, that can just be a staff room or something. But that's going to give us an elevator. That's going to give us escalators, and then people can kind of go around and do their thing. I am going to put some benches up here as well, because I figure, you know, in case anyone wants to kind of chill before going through security, they can do that. We'll also do some decorations just to make it a little bit nicer, which, you know, you want it to look kind of pleasant, right? You don't want it to be completely soulless as you're going into the security space. We'll do some nice plants there as well. And we'll do, I don't know, let's go for something like this, something like that. You know, just make it seem a little bit nicer. That looks all right to me. We are going to need some massive queues, and we are still going to need a way back down. That's that's going to be the trouble. Because I think, I think the way back down is going to have to be like here, which is going to suck. That's going to be a problem. Let's let my staff go through all of these, because I'm actually going to need to turn this one off as well, and that one too, I think. So we'll let staff kind of go through all of those guys. You are all going to need to like go anywhere but there. All of that needs to go away. That needs to go away. All of this needs to go away. And then I desperately need to figure out how we're going to do this, because I don't want it to be like, I don't want it. This is going to be a lounge, by the way. Probably. Maybe a toilet. Maybe a giant toilet. That's maybe a bit big for a toilet. It's definitely a bit big for a toilet. Now, we've got some space cleared at the bottom there. Let's take a look and figure out where everything would line up. So an escalator, it can't cross different zones. That's fine. We can go ahead and say that this is all going to be secure now. And then if I go back in with an escalator, it is... It's not a great spot for it, is it? It's really not a great spot. What about like here? So it'd be in the middle of that shop, but honestly, the middle of the shop is not as bad as it could be. Okay. So where would it be if it was over here? If it was like in that corner? Must be placed underneath the terminal. It is. It absolutely... Oh, it isn't. So it could be... I'm pressing all the wrong buttons right now. It could be about there. That's kind of as far down as it can go before it's in a wall. Or there. Or there, actually. Now, I don't mind it being there. I think it's going to have to be there. And then if I go to elevator, where can I put this thing? Now, this thing, I would actually like it to be there. I'm not going to lie. I think there would be kind of a good spot for it. I don't know what this whole space downstairs is going to be now. I've got absolutely no idea. Probably more shops or something. But I think the elevator should definitely be... Oh, man, it's going to be a bit of a weird kind of thing. I think that shop's going to have to go. So, review contract, cancel contract, and delete room. And then we need to go in and just bulldoze a bunch of stuff again. So all of that needs to go as well. So get rid of everything in that shop. And let's sincerely hope that this actually works out and isn't just a mess. I really hope the new security stuff is actually good. That's basically what I'm getting at here. Because if it isn't, I'm gonna be slightly annoyed. Okay? Just slightly, but definitely slightly annoyed, to say the least. So, it looks like we have our space. If I go upstairs, flip you around, you're gonna go there. And that looks pretty good. So that's where that's gonna live. It is going to have some walls around it, I think, which is going to make this a little bit cramped down here. But I think that's okay. I think we can maybe do like a bathroom or something here just to take up that space. But that will... What are you all coming up here for? Interesting. Okay, well, fair enough. Those should now be functional, I think. It's not operated. I don't know. It requires staff to operate. I mean, they are connected, right? I think. I'm pretty sure they are. Let's get this in here, though. It is now in. How's it looking up there? Okay. I definitely think it needs walls around it. So we'll do this. We'll do this. We'll do the same over here just to kind of, you know, divide things. And that can be like a bathroom or something. We can do some doors there and there just again to divide things a little bit. And yeah, I don't know what this is necessarily going to be, but it'll be something. So that's fine. That's a way upstairs to this space, and I think it's all part of the same secure zone. I'm pretty sure it's all part of the same secure zone. Although, yeah, this shop is now kind of on the wrong side of duty free, isn't it? That's a bit of a pickle. That is, it's a bit of a, this whole thing does slightly mess with my, my duty free layout. I'm not gonna lie. It does slightly mess with that. I guess this shop needs to go as well. So cancel that contract and delete the room. And then we'll cancel this contract as well. And we'll delete the room. And then we'll just bulldoze all of it, basically. So all of the shops go, this guy goes, all of the signs and stuff like that go as well. We'll just completely gut the space, and we're going to have to just completely rebuild this part of duty free. Which, I mean, I'm sure the passengers are thrilled about not having to go past all of these shops. I think Belfast City Airport in the last couple of years actually did completely redo its departures area. I think it was City, it might have been International. I'm pretty sure it was actual Belfast City Airport that redid a lot of their departures stuff. So, fair enough. You know, art mimics life, I guess, in this case. Now, what I'm thinking we can actually do here is actually be a little clever, because we can still force people into duty free. Oh my God, we can force people into duty free. Ooh, okay. I'll tell you what, let me turn off these security checkpoints, because I want them to start going upstairs. I want to clear out this entire space. So those are all turned off. Going upstairs, these guys are, I mean, they work, right? So they're in secure zones. They're part of secure zone 1, which is what all of this is. Let me just redo a bunch of this space because it is slightly weird right now. And then let me say that we're bulldozing all of this. So that's all going away. I am kind of hoping people are going to start going up to, there we go. So these are now working. Now there's no queues, obviously, so these are going to be a little bit slower. And I think I'm actually going to need a lot more in the way of security staff. So let's hire you. I'm going to hire a few kind of rubbish ones as well. And we'll just train those up as quickly as we can. So security officers, we'll train you, we'll train you, we'll train you, and get these last two as well. So they're all nicely trained up. That queue is going to be a little bit rough for now, but honestly, not too stressed about it. Everybody can figure out what they're doing in their own time. Although, let me just make sure that, oh boy, what way are we going to do this security zone? We'll do this for now. And basically, basically what I'm thinking is this. So they're going to kind of, how am I going to do this? I do still want duty free. I still want people to kind of be forced to go around this ridiculous labyrinth of shops and things they don't care about. So we're going to do this. We might actually end up with more duty free space than we had before, which is kind of excellent. So let me do this as well. And that's going to give people access to the elevator there, which is fantastic. So elevator access right there. This is actually going to come down a little bit. And this guy is going to go this way. Now that staff room is going to need changed as well. But if I do this right, now duty free had what, 4 wide corridors? Okay. So this wall would be here. And it would go like that. And like that. And we do this. So that would be a shop. That would be a shop. This staff room, honestly, let's delete the room. Let me bulldoze this bit. Let me bulldoze everything inside. Bulldoze the door. And that can become a shop as well. So I actually think this is going to give me more duty-free space than we had, which is kind of crazy to think about. And I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it. Because what we can do is actually expand this shop as well, just a little bit, which is not a bad thing at all. So that's now gone. That's going to become a... Wait, are we not getting rid of that desk? We do kind of need rid of that. It definitely doesn't need to stay. So get that desk out of there, get that wall out of there, and put a wall right there. And that looks fine. I mean, it's a mess right now. It's a little tricky to see what's going on. But, yeah, that looks fine to me. That should absolutely work out. So 1, 2, 3 shops. This one's getting expanded. The windows on this guy kind of do need to go because we don't really need them anymore. Although we could do one big one there and a nice big one there. And then maybe a smaller one or a medium one right in the middle. Maybe a couple of small ones. So something like this and like this. And that looks all right. That'll be totally fine, I suppose. Although once these guys go, we need to redo the secure zone again. But this, I think this is actually kind of worked out. Although some of you guys are having trouble figuring out where to go. Why is that? Oh, okay. So you need to go that way and you need to go that way. So now they can all figure out where they need to go. Oh my God, that is so many people. Oh boy. That's, wow. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. Oh my God. Okay. I'll tell you what. Let me, that is actually kind of insane. Let me get a door on there. Let me get a door on, there and there. And let me get a door. I mean, I'm tempted to put one at the top and one at the bottom of this thing so people kind of do go through it, but I feel like they won't actually shop in it if I do that. So we're not really going to bother with that. That'll be a couple more shops though, but I think for now, I kind of need to redo the flooring in this entire area. It's a little rough looking. Okay, so this all seems to be working. I say reluctantly. It's definitely doing something, which is good. People are moving around. They're doing their thing. They're heading out. They're heading to where they need to go, which is great. So they're all going upstairs to security as well, which now has queues and looks a little different and is all open, which is fantastic news. I mean, people are getting through at a decent pace. It does look like there's a few people kind of just stood around not sure what to do with themselves, but that's okay. I think what I'm going to do is actually throw in a couple of laptop tables. And I know that's a bit weird, but my reasoning for doing laptop tables is because I feel like in every airport that you go to, at the far end of security, once you go through, there's always like those tables, because you're not really supposed to stand at the conveyor belt to like repack your stuff. You're supposed to like just sort of pick up those like trays that they put your stuff into and like go to a table to like put your stuff away. Even though no one really does that, everyone just kind of stands at the thing and takes, makes security go even longer, because that's what we all want. We want security to go longer every time we go through an airport. But so that's what I imagine these are. I don't really think, my logic doesn't really check out. I don't think these are actually going to get used, but that's in my head. That's what these are. So that's kind of what we're going for. We'll do the nice yellow benches there. We'll go for this like brown for the plant pots, because I think that's going to look all right, I suppose. Yellow for the bench, please. Then the same for the plants. So right there, there, and there. And I think the tables, I'm just going to do like sort of a black kind of gray color, because I think that's probably fair enough. We could also probably do flight info displays, although we have one there, so maybe we don't need to do that. I think this looks all right, though. I mean, people are getting through at a really nice pace, so that's good. That's kind of what we want. I do think we need more security, though, so let me hire you and you and you and you. And that should keep everything running really nicely. Now, obviously, this was going to be a lounge at one point. I don't know if it's going to be anymore, but this is good. This is good. This is moving security. We've got everybody still moving like crazy underground. We actually have made money since taking the loan, so if we wanted to, we could just immediately pay off that loan. I'm not really thinking I want to do that, but we could if we absolutely wanted to. But to be totally honest, I would kind of prefer to use some of that money to make this place over here a little bit more interesting. On one hand, I'd like to do like a lounge over here. On the other, I kind of just like the idea of going and doing something like this, right? So grabbing some walls and doing like this, and then going and doing something like this right here, and doing something like this, and just doing a bunch of shops, essentially. That's kind of what I'm thinking this can be, is just a whole bunch of shops, really. I don't know if they're going to be popular. I don't know if they're going to be busy. I don't know if anyone's going to be interested in them, but I think it'll be fine. We could also probably do some extra bathrooms and stuff like that as well. And also staff rooms too are probably not a terrible idea for this whole setup, but something like that. Maybe that can be a restaurant or something up at the top there. And we just go ahead and do like, we'll do some doors. So a door there, so it's all part of the same secure zone. That wall kind of needs to go away. That's not supposed to be there at all. But I think this will be, you know, it'll be something to make this an interesting space, even though this whole place is eventually going to get rebuilt as well, because it's absolutely not staying the way it is right now. But let's see, what way are we going to do the doors on this? So the door for the bathroom's like right in the middle. I'm thinking I'm just going to do the doors kind of at the bottom. And I think that's probably fine. We could actually just double them up if we wanted to. So kind of just put them at the top and the bottom. So you can kind of go in and then, you know, kind of just chain them together and keep going from store to store. We could even put doors between them, which I would do if people were going to like shop in them more than they already aren't. Because if I put doors between them, I think what's going to happen is the passengers are just going to like, they're just going to like run through the stores, right? They're not going to bother like actually stopping and doing any shopping. So we'll do it this way. Also this, I mean, we could just run that straight up there, which probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So something like this, take you out. We'll go ahead and put a nice large door on that as well, and just keep that all part of the same secure zone. So something like that. And I think that'll be all right. Like I said, some of them will probably be bathrooms. This can be like a big restaurant or something, but it's going to give the, you know, this whole section of airport a bit of purpose. Although now that I look at it, we could get like 2 more stands over here, and I think we could probably handle 2 more stands. I'm not gonna lie, because security's doing fine now. Oh, now I'm a little bit torn. Now I don't know what we should do. I mean, I want more shops in here as well. Oh man, this is gonna be tricky. That's what this is gonna be. This is going to be tricky, because what we're dealing with at this point is the simple fact of I don't know if we even have enough shops. Right? That's kind of the other problem. What is this? Dangerous baggage. Okay. I've no idea how we keep loading dangerous baggage onto planes. I genuinely do not know how we manage to keep doing that. We have good security. They're not terrible. They're decent. So I have no idea. I really do not know how we keep doing that. But you know, it's whatever, I guess. Let's make this a shop. Wait, what is that one? That's food room. Okay, so food room, What do we got? Staff room, bathroom, shop room, airline. Okay, so let's do a nice big food room right there as well. Let's have, so we have a bathroom down at the bottom. Let's do a bathroom like here, which is probably going to need different doors, but that's okay. Let's do, I guess, a staff room, say here. And then we'll get some shop rooms in these spaces as well. So all of these, oh yeah, we are absolutely not going to have enough, we are not going to have enough contracts available to actually make this work, which is, I mean, fair enough. Maybe there's some mods to give more contracts or something. I actually have no idea, but I feel like I might need them because that's actually a ridiculous number of shops. And looking at it, actually, I kind of want to put another bathroom right in the middle there, just because that is a bit of a distance. I think that might be, oh man, I think that's just shy of the distance from here that you have to go underground. Man, imagine wanting to go to that restaurant. You know, that is a walk right there. That is a hell of a distance. Oh my God.